All right, I don't want to leave you just hanging, I guess, by not posting anything, and I need to, because, but there's a lot that's going on with me that doesn't, it has nothing to do with Matt. The same way that the people, the goy, the humans are moved through, impulses of images of billboards and TV and all this black magic, is the same way. That's an unseen force. Their society is. It moves them. Telekinesis. That's how you move something without touching it. And the TVs channel into their brain and program it all. And the chemicals are the pia matter, and their brain floats in that chemical matter, and all these frequencies charge it, and then it's these impulses that these beings had on the other side that were in prison forever in darkness, and now they're here. And when you come at individuals with shit like that, for one, there's nothing in their brains. And that's what I was trying to get to is we when we mention a dull, empty conscience, we mean everything that we say, because everything that has been uploaded has been through this stuff. This is not real. Once again, if the people could only step out of themselves, but that's a being. That's a being, and we have to follow the roots back for generations. You understand? So what we have here is I told you a long time ago how I guess I'll have to speak like a demon. Okay? So this is a blueprint. More is coming through him. So this would be a blueprint. If we're going to go back to where in your world you've heard of a reset. Okay, that's a word, yeah, but that's not what it is. You can say that is, but truthfully, it's coinciding with everything that's already been planned a long time ago. 2,000 years and more. That's what I'm saying is the Rockefellers and Rothschilds that you think is like, that's not real. That's what we created them. That's the surface. This has to do with the other side. This has to do with your blood. Your soul is in your blood. And if your blood's corrupt when you go, then that means your soul is corrupt. And you can't even do the math. So what we're going to do is I'm going to, in order to get all of our hospitals everywhere, our black magic, we've got to poison some generations first. So with the dull, empty conscience that these humans have, they're not real. They're not real in here. And here has gone off of images and everything. And what we do is we raise generations of Black Path magicians. And depending on where we're going to put them, they're going to be programmed the same way, but with different avenues of leading the dummies. So when we're looking at a town as a corporation, okay, we're going to say this town's here, this one's here, this one's here, this is 30 miles there, this is 5 miles apart. So before your radio, before your TV, before your video games, your computer, your AI, and your VRs, and all that, you've got to go back through the 1900s into the 1800s. Okay? You've got to do that. And you can't, your imagination is shot from this. Your critical thinking, it's not there. You can't. You're a being that says, hey, Google, so whatever comes through here in your world you think is real, which it's not. That's what I'm saying. Your connection to all this against me and what's out there, this connection and everything in here goes with you when you die. All this shit that you've uploaded from this comes out and surrounds you. See, and if you could add, think about all the images and you know, it's so dark, your movies and shows and commercials, and it's so dark and bloody and death and chaotic and just so disgusting. And the average person will say, it's just a movie. But really what you watch is a reflection of what's on the inside. It doesn't matter how nice you are, you're uploading garbage every day. So if I'm going to create humans, which I'm going to create you, I'm just going, and we have to just start with America. You don't have it in you to go back further than that. You can Google orphan trains and there's a book. But see, what we do is we can mass produce, and we work for generations. You know, we've controlled human beings for a very long time. So when we throw you in a town to here, you're going to have the basic same shit. You're going to have a blackboard. Yeah, a square blackboard, which is Saturn. Schooling. You're going to have a town square. You're going to have a stage, movies, theater, church, train tracks are going to be somewhere. Because these towns are not created to mass produce to take care of them here. They're going to have resources coming from outside. So therefore, you should be able to put that together. But you can't. Each town is this. You got a store and the newspaper. So each town is going to report on the same shit. And see, all this right here is not, this is just ingredients. The same way that you would make a cake. You got to put it all together to create an awesome cake. Well, the same way you put all this together, you create this one mind. Okay, and then eventually, you know, they're going to walk over here or something, you know, because there's no radio yet. There's no TV. We're starting over, so we're planting our Saturnian priest. They can say they're Christians, but they're Satanists. That way people can say, my great-great-great-granddaddy built that church, yeah, with Jesuits. It's not real. So the seeds of laid everywhere, that's everywhere, goes back to black magic. That's what I'm saying. Your roots are black magic. So these orphans, we set you up, throw children in here, just steal people. We have hidden armies. We put the soldiers in there, and you know, and I'm just giving you a few, and tell them to marry, have children, and all that. And then they grow into this. They grow into this. They grow into this. They grow into this church, this school. You know, this ideology that's the same here, here, and here. And then eventually they're going to meet each other. And then eventually they're going to be talking about what? The same shit. Even though it's not real. And then that generation has another generation. Here's a radio. Oh, now we're fucking black path magicians. Now we're sending impulses into the ears of space and all kinds of shit, and go get some cigarettes and all that. It's crazy. Listen, just research cigarette ads in the 1900s. There's your evidence. And the goy are so dumb that they're empty. So from this day forward of these towns being created, it doesn't matter. Each one of them, okay, or each day get up and they read a headline. Do you understand? And then that headline has to do with materialism. And then from that moment on, the whole day, the thought of materialism is constantly running, which is impulses. And then each one of these towns, we're creating a monetary money system. So eventually a bank's going to come in. And then all we do is just connect it into chains, into links. Black magic cells is what each one of these are. Okay, eventually we are the brands. Remember, you're nothing. We bring it into you. You might have some, but nothing. We're going to create agriculture laws to where you can't even fucking grow nothing. And you'll love it because, see, you grew into the brands in the store. The child grew into the labels that are bright and all that because it's black magic. And then they have a child and then they grow into there. There's nothing around. Eventually there's a Hardee's or a Waffle House or a Sonic. There's a soda company here, you know, that fucking pumps everywhere here. We got to give these goy money. See what I mean? We're creating arsenic substances to poison all these societies, these towns. And then in a few generations, oh, what's that? Oh, it's a pharmacy. For what? Oh, you caught something, you're sick. Well, we poisoned you for 2 generations. There it is. There it is. The rest, it doesn't matter. We're not giving you any information of who you once were. And then eventually, over 3 or 4 generations, you're going to eventually have a hospital here and more fast foods, more stores, gas stations, and all that shit because we're overpopulating the earth very slowly. Going from the newspaper headline to the radio to the TV to computer typing. Remember in the late 1900s, if we were the last classes to type on the typewriters and to see how many words you could fucking type a minute. It's the dumbest shit ever. What the fuck does that have to help you with the other side, with church, you know, with God, with anything good? It's not, because you're a product. They are programming your little mind to get ready for this world that's coming because you're the product. Remember, you started from here fucking straight ignorance with nothing. And then those brains went from newspapers, magazines that are on the aisle, which is black magic. It's all black magic, the whole thing. And then generations to where you are now. All this little bitty fucking blueprint of bullshit is to where we are now. Okay, and I want to share this with you because we've gone over some gematria about 888. Okay, and it's for real, but I'm not going to bring up gematria. I'm going to show you. Okay, the Audi symbol. That's the Audi symbol right there. It's 4 circles. Okay. Now look, if you write out the letter 8 on 3 different rows going down, okay, you're going to use 1, 2, 3, 4 rows to write 3 8s. So within the Audi symbol, there's 3 8s right there. That's what that is, right there. You line them all up, it's that right there. Okay, and the reason I'm saying that is because your nation that was founded in 1776 888 times 2 is 1776. Okay, and what you don't know is each town is hexed. Yeah, with trip 8s and everything else. But the 888 shit is really, 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 really big. It's really important. Each town square in each town represents Saturn. Okay, the stage went from stage to theater to movies. Each town eventually got the movies. So when we started playing the movies in each town, Goy, would start acting like those movies, and then we would sell our brand in the store, and they would wear a shirt, and then they start playing out these impulses coming through this, sitting in the house, and then goes through them, and then they come out and play this shit out. And then as the populace grew, then you're going to get IMAX and VR and all that. See, when you go back to this, there wasn't any real highways. So the signs were everywhere within the towns. Well, eventually here comes vehicles. So now the signs are coming up on the roads to keep the mind and the brain looking down. The eyes, the optic nerve, looking down at images, newspapers, magazines, hearing the radio. I wish I could be like a superstar, and it's not real. So I just wanted to share some of that right quick, because that's more important than anything. And seeing the train tracks have served their purpose. You know, it's not hard to go like down here. I ought to do a video and drive down there and just show you. At one point in time, there's just this huge corporation, this structure with train tracks running right through it, all the way to Chattanooga, and then all the way out towards Lafayette, Kensington, the Cove, the country and stuff. And that's another thing too, is when we're going to use these terms right here. All right, when we're going to use these terms right here, all right, what we're going to do is when you have, look, we're going to say this is your government. So when you have, this is a town, predominantly this term right here, okay, we're going to say around this area, there could be literally 40 miles. We can do this in anything too. So if we're going to fill these up with white, all right, why would you, it doesn't matter what color. Why would you, we're going to say in this same area right here, why would you flood just this area and this area and this area with a different culture? Why can't you just come over here, 40 miles out this way, and we're going to keep that culture together, its roots, and try to as much as we can, as much as those, but it's all fake, it's set up. See, that's the most common sense thing to do. But see, when you know that you're a slave, then you just create, oh, we're going to fuck them up and throw them all together. That's what I'm saying. Around here is a perfect example. We can go anywhere. Look, around this, there's literally fucking probably 50 miles, 75, further that way. Okay? But no, once upon a time, there was not even that many of them down there. Poor as shit with nothing. With nothing at all. They just threw them down there. That's what we do as demons. And then all they had was brands and sodas and all this shit. Radio, theater, that's it. So when it was time, we just brought and just mixed everything and then put signs up that said, don't let them drink out of satanic or demonic fountains. They're not, it springs is where the water is. That's another reason it's not real. So instead of going 40 miles out and saying, all right, we're going to keep everything structured. We're going to keep culture structured and all that. If that's what you want to go with, then that's what you would have done. But no, you just throw them in there together, and then you get on your knees and talk about clan this, clan that, and then they all grow into the lies. And then you've got family bloodlines that live a whole lifetime in some of these organizations, these groups that are lies. They're just lies. And you take, and that's the thing is the black magic, it's a lie, and you take it with you. And you don't even question this. Look at that. You can tell it. Look at that structure. I'm talking about squeezing the air. Squeezing the air. Squeezing that shit, buddy. And this is what we built. This is a corpse. This was alive at one time. The human being Goy is a corpse, even though they are alive. See, they literally melted the fucking world and still can't get rid of us. You understand that? Without us, they couldn't have done this. Look at where it was dripping. Do you see that? All this, that's where it was dripping. All this shit right here comes from the park right here. Yeah, they just covered it up. And if you can find pictures from around here, there's no trees or anything. It's all covered up. And they'll say, well, it's because of the war, there's so much gunfire. All the trees burnt to the ground, like fucking stumps and all, perfect, just burnt to the ground everywhere. And it's like, there wasn't that many fucking people. That's what I'm saying. These goy have nothing on the inside of their brain. They have nothing at all. There's nothing in there. It's dull. It's empty. And the only thing that gives them any kind of movement, which would be the impulses coming through, what they've only known. It's like some of my family. I'm like, listen, if you're so-and-so above you, if your father or grandfather was poor as shit, how the fuck where did they come in 1950, we'll say, 40 or whatever, 6, hell, who knows? But with zero money, with no means of transportation or knowing what the fuck they're going to go or anything, this is my bloodline. How the fuck did they know to come from Indiana all the way down here in Lafayette, Georgia, where there's fucking nothing at all? Absolutely nothing at all. It's because they were thrown there and forced there and then, didn't know it. And then if you challenge that, the whole bloodline comes at you because their impulses is Ahrimanic. It's materialism, and it has to do with materialism over matter instead of matter over materialism, which would be spirit and spirit. There's two spirits. AI programs these Ahrimans. It's real. Ahriman represents destruction. Ahriman represents destroying everything from head to toe, not just within the anatomy, but telling that host to go get all the chemicals from Lowe's and to kill everything around and make your shit look perfect. Because it's image, and it's status, and it's worldly, and it's satanic in every aspect, and all the nature that goes with it. And seeing, if you want to get into scripture, when Satan offered Jesus the kingdom, here, you want the world? Well, all the goy have bitten on that. See, when you challenge certain verses in scripture and look through it and see what it is face to face, you'll find out. The devil he'll leave the truth right out there. Now, the Bible has been sifted 2 or 3 times, but it's still within us if you have it to see through it for what it is. If the key to your subconscious is unlocked through your journey. Okay? But it's what it is. Satan said, here, you want all this, here's the world. And he said, fuck you. And the goy, it's crazy. I remember when I stopped going to these, I was in trouble going to the churches years ago when all these were getting big. But I watched these go. These were never in the church, and then all of a sudden they're in there. Everybody's got their little fucking digital pencil and all this shit, and the kids are over there going, "Oh, look at this Disney" during the service, and I already knew then. I said, this is not real. And truthfully, this is Ahrimanic. This is satanic in every aspect. This is an invention of the human anatomy and what you do in your afterlife. What is the memory called? The RAM. The cerebrum. That's where what is? Memory is. The percentage on here, it was 25, 50, 75, 100. Those are the 4 quarters of the moon right there on you. And you've got, the bars represents you as well. This is dead, but there's still memory in there. So when I transfer this and it pops up somewhere else, there's that memory. There you go. When this ceases, this physical being ceases, what's in here goes to the other side. It transfers. My subconscious transfers to the other side. My memory. Everything I've uploaded goes with me. And these goy will look at you and go, he's crazy. Don't listen to him. And go, fuck, he's goddamn demons. Demons. And it is kindergarten and preschool. And it's like, and they talk about, Matt, that's not a demon. It's like a temper tantrum is not a demon. You didn't upload thousands of hours of Disney until they were 5 or 6. And now you're going to try to take it out of their hand. That's a demon. and sitting there destroying everything. I'm telling you, listen, if you can get the fuck out of it, you will find out it is deeper than anything that you could ever imagine. These are not humans. These are not fucking people. They are disgusting fucking demons. And they'll, like, some of them might watch this, and I'll tell you, just like on Sicario, if you're watching this and you know me, you went down a pathway, a passage that you didn't need to fucking go down. Okay, you saw things and you heard things that you didn't need to hear, because what's inside of you that is boiling right fucking now is a demon. And you will not face that demon, because every day, your entire life, your impulse has been satanic and black magic in every aspect, from top to bottom, head to toe. We can get into the fucking hospitals. They are satanic fucking structures meant to separate that connection from the mother and the child right when it's born. We're going to take it over here and pump it full of chemicals. Yeah. There it goes. And there's another reason they're fucking ignorant as shit. And then they don't tell the women when they're sitting there eating shit food, they're closing blood vessels to the baby's development. And we've already went over the word development. Devil meant devil mind. Ment is mind. Government, govern the mind. Advertisement, advertise the mind. Entertainment, enter, contain, mind. And when you go to these fucking dummies, these demons, it's like, there it is. And they just come, and it's like this. You can tell it's burnt. And it's, the thing is I always tell them, here, go make this. Go make this. Go make this. Go copy this. Go get the material that I need to remake this fucking thing. Go to Lowe's. Go to Home. Go order Amazon Prime Satanic Black Magic. Go make this. And then they just go, he's crazy. And it's like, okay, point proven. You Tonka toy demon. You create a child's character and will into clumsy, mentally challenged retardedness at an early age. Yeah, see, these children that have these, that's why when they're 18, they're just so fucking, you throw something to them and it's like, oh, I'm sorry. And these fucking dumbasses are going to tell me that that's proof, they're demons. The children are pulling the parents and the grandparents down into the fucking black magic abyss of hell forever. And that's the thing is when we go, these impulses, we're going to see certain things and we're going to try to inherit cavities of people, or it's going to be blurred a little bit. But if you can come across someone getting fucking hammered, you're going to try to get in that bottle, get into that person to feel what it, to get drunk and black out again. But you're never going to get that feeling, and you're going to be punished forever. Especially after, you've been dealt with on what you've uploaded. Once you go back through your life in reverse, then it's on. You're trapped forever in this elemental sphere to earth. Hell. Shell is what it is. You put an S in front of hell, and it's a shell. Look at a hermit crab. A hermit crab is searching for a shell. Well, and you'll never find one. I know it's hardcore, but I listen. If they're not going to get me, I need to do a video on some Steiner stuff like that you would need to listen to seriously, and I never would say that because remember where we are, we don't see him as a name or for who he was as physical. Okay, what was going on with him has to do with some bigger shit. It has to do bigger than anything, especially this day and age, and he couldn't really fucking say some of the things like I've brought to light, but it wouldn't have been possible unless it was through him. Could you imagine telling people back then, saying your name is black magic, you're in a generational black magic seed for centuries? There's no hope, but no. What was in him stayed the course. And that's why I have such a hard time, because not only what was inside of him predicted all of this, it has literally, your agriculture, there is so much shit that is a mirror of what he put out and what's in him. 2 weeks before he died, he pumped out 5 lectures in the middle of other shit. So, and it was for doctors, lawyers, and it was like, this is how to incorporate spirit and soul into this fucking satanic world. And the Jesuits have to sit back, and the ones that control them, that's what they've done. They control us through the pills, the foods, and all that. When they started controlling the world, they stopped our passageway from up there into this realm. And there are hierarchical incarnations within humans and within us. And the way you block that and distort it is through the substances and the materialism and the, what do you call it? Is it heliocentricism? It's space. Okay. I've done forgotten words that are materialistic. That's fucking good, isn't it? But I'm just saying it's deeper than what you could imagine. It's bigger than him, and it's bigger than me. That's what I'm saying. In certain things, like I'm telling you, I can see what they do, when they do it, how they do it. And translating that is impossible to any brain that's in physical form right now. I can show you how, as a demon, how not only were these orphans created within these fake satanic black magic towns, even back when Steiner was alive, okay, he knew it. He knew everything that was going on too. He just couldn't say it. So there's little hitman squads in each town. Yeah. To where what they do is they go around and create chaos, and then that chaos comes in the newspapers, and then these fucking dummies read it, and it instills fear in them. And then when somebody needs to die to scare the whole community, they take them out. That's what we do. We sacrifice them. And each generation as they grew, our hit squad grew. You understand? And he's right on the verge of literally showing and telling you how. Because these answers are not in books. They're not in books. Okay? But your blood is what we harvest, which is your soul. Okay? Those increments around the zodiac are numbered. And what's going on with him has to do with increments as well as you, if you're listening this long. Okay? To see this world for what it is right now, it's not just fucking luck. Okay? It's beyond that. You were chosen, seriously, a long time ago. Your whole bloodline was chosen to go through to get to where you are now, what's inside of you. And see, that's the thing is I've said it before, and they've had, like, when they do so much fucking black magic, there's no balance. And there is residual black magic that goes on, just like with anything, And truthfully, karma's a real thing. Karma's not just real for the goy. It's also real for the motherfuckers in physical flesh that are doing all this that nobody ever sees. And that's the ones this is the karma that they're fucking dealing with right now. But like Blavatsky, like what was going on with her, if you get in deep enough, there's an Indian Brotherhood, and then the West and East. They're all fucking Jessies though. They're all controlled. They're in the same fucking sick black magic current. But what was in her, it doesn't matter what she fucking wrote and all this. It still didn't flower the way it was supposed to. And there was a part of within her that wasn't her, the same as Steiner. Those are names. Okay, and once that part of that individual Blavatsky separated, these black fucking path magicians fucking harvested. Just like with Steiner. But see, my whole thing, I like to share this with you. It's like with me, I've had to prepare without writing anything down or saying anything, and just more of thinking. Because, when you're talking about they controlling souls, because they do, okay, you know, we tend to do more preparing in hiding just in case something happens because we know the other side is in reverse. The goy don't. So we have to prepare just in case this fucking machine of pure evil decides enough's enough, and we're going to take our chances. But see, the thing with what's going on with me is it's true Saturnian fucking energy on the highest level, and I do not have it in me to explain it. You don't, some of you might, but when you see this world for what it is and how it's just right in front of you, it's right there. It's just right here. So you're dealing with these demons that'll come at you. Oh, you need to be put on pills. You need to, oh, God damn. I'm going to be punished so bad. But anyways, it's, you have no idea what's waiting on you. And what I mean by that is cutting all this fucking AI world shit. It's waiting for you. What you have denied and what you have turned your back against is literally right in front of you. All right. And we'll do another video too. I'm in Chattanooga, so this is chatter. What were slaves called? Chattel. Stop all that chattering over there. See, they still use slave terms. And look, we're inside of the fucking thing, man. Look at all of us at this Jesuit fucking structure, man. We use AI. We don't put no physical work in, but we do all these right here. It's demons. Fuck them. I love you.